What's happening, everyone? We are back. We are back today, Tuesday. Have a good Tuesday out there, everyone. Got a couple of things to talk about I wanted to get to. However, you notice the throne. I got the throne back there. Got the teddy bear in the corner. Let me know if you missed Richard streaming. One day, I think he will be back. It is actually debatable because Satoshi could just, I guess Satoshi just stopped talking on BitcoinTalk.org. By the way, who remembers BitcoinTalk.org? That was quite a place to, by the time I got in crypto, to find low cap gems, what you would call them now, or things you could think that could be at least. But yeah, I got an interesting post to go over that I think would be pretty good. And then I got a poll as well. Talk about the Ethereum ETF pretty quick. That's been underwhelming, you would say, I guess, as well. So anyways, surprise stream, ninja stream. Did not post on Twitter, but we've already got one person in chat who cared to comment. Crypto Toad 83, how's it going, man? Still looking strong in this picture. Your muscles get bigger, maybe 5 to 10% each time, even though the picture I don't think it's changed. Let me know if it's changed though. That would be interesting as well. Anyways, again, got a quick 30. Haven't said it yet. Got a quick 30-minute stream for you, and we're gonna get into it. Give me 1 sec. Let me put up the post. Put this in the chat as well. Crypto Kong is here as well. What's up, man? How's it going? I have a feeling you DM me back, so I will get back with you when I can as well. Got some cool PulseChain stuff going out, and Crypto Kong maybe giving me some feedback and stuff on as well. So interested in that. Anyways, just tweeted this not too long ago. Already got 76 votes, so feel free, chat, give me an answer on this. It took about 2 months. I was looking this up for the stream. Just occurred to me that it wasn't instant that Bitcoin hit its all-time high after the ETF launched. It was not instant. I looked it up, and it was about 2 months. Actually, I can pull that up real quick. I'll just look at a Bitcoin chart, and the date was, I think it was January 10th or 11th. So we'll go back 6 months. Not quite there. Year to date. So we got January 10th. So it's around 46K. So 46K, somewhere through there, January 11th. So 46, 42K. And then we went up to, the all-time high was 73. Looks like March 12th. So yeah, if you do the math, I did a little quick math there. It appeared to be, it took a couple months from when Bitcoin started trading to indeed hit that all-time high, current all-time high, the highest of all-time high, 73K. So 2 months. However, here it's been, we started trading last week. So it's been almost a week, I want to say, or a week or so from now. And people are like, where Ethereum ETF? Where 12K, 18K? All the highest estimates I've heard people put out there. What do you think, chat? Give me an answer. 1 month, 2 months, late 2024, could be the fall or early winter, very early winter, I guess you'd say, December, or 2025 Ethereum ETF. Let me know in the chat. First one that says in the chat, I will click the button so I do not taint the poll myself. I want to try to keep it as legit as possible. I'll get to chat in just a moment, but chat, please give me an answer real quick before I start doing elevator music. Boom. CryptoToad 83 back again. 2025. I will click the button. I certainly hope it doesn't take that long, but that is as estimated of a guess, or I saw Deadpool recently. That is as an estimated as a wish. Actually, I'm not sure you wish that, but anyways, the reference is educated wish. No spoilers. Try not to do many spoilers for the movie, but I enjoyed it, by the way. 2025. I'm sure you're probably wishing sooner. I don't know, unless you're trying to accumulate or otherwise, but we got 1 month. So 4 weeks, 8 weeks, 2 months, 36% so far. Most people are thinking 2 months, which if you look at it, kind of rhymes, right? Like if you believe it's going to rhyme, Bitcoin ETF and Ethereum ETF, if it does indeed rhyme, that would be 2 months, which would put us with September. I feel like September has been the call of a lot of people seem to be thinking, oh, is that the rate cut? Is that the rate cut I keep hearing that people are predicting? Or thinking may occur then. So 2 months. All right, late 2024, the other half. So it's pretty close, pretty even so far. So feel free, put a vote in, and let me get to chat here in a minute. Here for a minute. NT Fire, good to see you, man. A little choppy that might be on my, no, it's probably my end. Yeah, my latency be choppy from time to time. Good to see you, man. Glad you could stop by. Crypto Kong, I am doing good. Glad you're doing good as well. Archie's back. What's happening? Welcome, Archie. DJ Hexkin, good to see you, DJ Hexkin. Welcome back as well. See, Kong thinks it's 2 more months. Man, wouldn't that be cool? Wouldn't that be something? If we hit all-time high September, who knows? PulseChain takes off, blaze it. I won't say blaze of glory, but that's probably that's the analogy for going down. We want to melt up, right? We don't want to melt down. We want to melt up. And then that would be cool if we start hitting off. Man, wouldn't it be a great Christmas present? Remember, Richard gave us the Christmas hour or so video to and right after that, price started going up too in January, which was pretty cool. We got to see some cool pumps beginning of the year, earlier this year. But after that, there was some pretty key interesting things he said. I've covered before on the show, but one of the things, don't forget NFT platform. He did mention NFT platform on that, but I thought I have a quick clip somewhere on the channel about that and other things that could be happening 2024. Well, looking more toward 2025 at this point, but who knows? Those PulseX upgrades you've been wanting for may come there. Archie says 2025. You know, I'm going to go over to our main topic. Well, kind of a shared main topic with these two, but the next one talks about 6 more months could be interesting as well. But yeah, hope it's sooner. I hear you. Are we at 2 more months now? I almost wrote. I was thinking about the first option being 2 weeks. I'm like, yeah, I don't think no one thinks it's going to just hit an all-time high. It may start going up in 2 weeks or something, but I don't think anyone thinks it's going to hit all-time high. And I was going to write 2 more weeks and then, 1 month, 2 months, all that stuff. So anyways, there's some PulseChain culture for you there. Indeed, 2 months, PulseChain 100x. In 2 months, PulseChain 100x. So we shall see if any of the ETH wells rotate over to PulseChain.com or otherwise trigger some fantastic events that we'd like to see in the ecosystem. Be a big part of that, could be. Christmas during 2020. Man, you're taking me back now, Anti-Fire. Wow. I feel like if it's the one that I have the thumbnail almost in my head for, it's probably the one because he did at least one epic, Richard Christmas stream. It's probably the one I'm thinking of. Pretty funny though. Yeah, I should go back and watch it's actually an interesting thing. Should I go back and watch all the videos made around Christmas? I guess we don't have any. I guess he stopped streaming. He stopped streaming late 2022 on his channel, at least. I think there's some other ones. And I've talked about this the other day. I tweeted about there was another channel that uploaded something in 2023, but I don't know when it was recorded. It wasn't a live stream too. So anyways, SC backing off again. Looks like that's going to be, yeah, that's a great segue. Great segue, Deer Slayer, or is even Evitogen. Sorry, I can't pronounce your name. Welcome. But I'm going to bounce over here and we're going to look at the Buckamentals post here, which I thought was very, very interesting and great to riff on. So this is from Buck, and so the setup for crypto broadly is essentially perfect. 1, easing will begin in September. Okay, that is again, September thing. Again, rate cuts. Otherwise, could be interesting to see. Liquidity will come back as rates drop, forcing people to invest in risk assets. Okay. There's a sea change politically in favor of crypto, and I believe it is bipartisan. That is kind of the cool thing about, if the candidates are fighting over crypto, we win, right? Like we can't, it's hard for us to lose if both of them are trying to fight for our votes for crypto, unless they just literally don't do anything they promise to do and otherwise. I may have a political stream coming up. I was going to ask Corey. I have Corey coming up on Friday, if all goes well. And I'll try to stay pretty neutral or not really do things, talk about a lot of politics stuff, unless it's just directly relevant to the topic and otherwise. But I may have like one political show. So we'll see how it goes. I might try it just so we can all get it out and, in that one particular episode. But I think there are some interesting things to talk about between the candidates, their views on crypto. Trump just spoke at the Bitcoin conference, of course, had some very interesting notes there, very positive ones for crypto, of course, and that could affect DeFi. He's made comments that, in that ballpark as well about self-sovereignty or self-custodial wallets, all that stuff too, which are just wallets, right? They just start putting all these names to make it look like centralized version of stuff and decentralized version, or anyways. And then I've also heard with the rumors and tweets and stuff of Kamala, meeting with crypto people, and basically, I mean, what wouldn't you at that point, if you think you're losing all the crypto vote, wouldn't you start meeting with all the people like, okay, what do you guys want? You want Gensler gone? Do you want, regulation to go through? What do you all want to try to secure that? So they start fighting over the vote. Boy. I think it's hard for me to think that something, it wouldn't be good. We wouldn't get some ROI on that kind of thing. So anyways, politically favor, maybe come by Friday if we end up doing the politics focus show, of course, crypto politics focused, debating, not really debating, probably just having conversation around what the candidates have said and big pro or against crypto, which, man, the last 2 weeks has just been a firestorm of things changing and stuff all around the world, and especially in the US and stuff too. So it'll be interesting. Number 4, boomers are finally losing power, losing control of power, will be replaced by millennials who own crypto or know somebody who does. I mean, the voters who want to vote, I mean, that's what they say about, the older generation, they like to vote, and the new generation less so. However, if you're a single issue voter or otherwise, you're like, all right, somebody's somebody's going to flood my bags and somebody's going to pump my bags. They may be more apt to get out there and vote. And there are all kinds of complexity, especially in the US, around, well, if you live in a blue state versus a red state and all that stuff too. But anyways, come Friday, we may talk about it. Regulatory uncertainty may finally get fixed next year in Congress. By the way, that was in regards to how much your vote actually going to matter. And there's this whole philosophy and science around all that stuff too. But anyways, a lot of this stuff is get a lot of people together, common vote, or get a lot of people together and able to swing things over time. Individual votes, it's kind of interesting to see those, but how the math works. But anyways, regulatory uncertainty may finally get fixed next year in Congress, bring back serious investors to serious crypto projects like Uni or Aave, name a few. It'll be interesting to see how the regulatory uncertainty has that kind of unleashed the meme cycle of, not commentating whether it's a good or bad thing, but is that sort of a response or result of, well, the investors who are in right now, are interested in, or a lot of them are going more towards away from the tech and all this stuff, which again, I love the tech. I love projects that, have that as a sticking point and not just as a VC dump on me point, but as a, wow, this is actually a thing that can last multiple years and have these interesting features and utility and capabilities and all that stuff too. It is interesting to see how we swung towards, oh, that's what everyone cares about, to none of that matters, to, I wonder what degree of regulatory frameworks could influence that and bring the big money in, which little money may follow as well to, what Buck calls here serious crypto projects. So it'd be interesting. It is funny to not see a lot of these things that, again, utility debatable and all that stuff too. Again, you can, all these ends of the spectrum, nothing matters, everything matters. As far as the tech and all that social consensus versus, that kind of like fits in there too, of like the different mental models around crypto. But interesting to see how much that changes, if at all, based on regulations and otherwise. Whoever wins the election will be likely be more friendly towards crypto space, towards crypto, than the previous administration. I don't want to jinx anything, but it's hard for me to imagine them being less friendly, especially if they're fighting for votes and making promises and being more friendly and talkative, actually working with the crypto industry than haven't seen a lot before happen. I was watching the A16Z podcast. the Ben Horowitz and other guy, and they were talking about the crypto regulation, their experience working with regulators and stuff, and it was like, wow, it seemed really, even outside of what Brian Armstrong from Coinbase and all the stuff talked about before, it seemed like, wow, everyone's saying the same thing, like just not a lot of working together. And so it's kind of like, it's at the bottom of the government working with organizations for crypto stuff. Like, is the Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs, is that kind of like, that just sort of, is that like coming up from the bottom of the relationship of these things and the sentiment? And well, that'd be actually pretty interesting if now we go up, right? You guys want to go up? I'd like prices to be way, way higher, certainly. Crypto is finally learning how to organize and wield political influence. Yeah, that is something too. It's not just people with money, donating here or there. That's been a lot of that, especially, we've seen donations to Trump, accepting Bitcoin and all the stuff for the campaign. But it's more of like, wow, there's crypto super PACs and way more organized, and actually people, some of the company stuff, taking it more seriously, and putting a lot of influence and put a lot of money to gain influence out there on it. We're connected now to some massive billionaires like Elon, who are sick of government's overreach in general crypto, benefit from lobbying indirectly. Yeah, we do have Elon Musk, and I think he is, a controversial guy, but I think he's awesome, and hopefully a huge force for good for a lot of stuff he wants to do in the world, whether it's energy or social media, doing X to have a more fair free speech platform, all that stuff too. Definitely better than it was before. He's plenty of things you can criticize him on, but man, he gets stuff done, and his ideals, I think, are a lot better than many of the others from people who have money. So pretty cool. Glad he is on the side of crypto. He's definitely been doing that for a while. Nation states hoarding Bitcoin and other crypto could lead to small arms race of buying. Smart money will buy in front of that. Policy looks like it be enacted. It is interesting how the whole, El Salvador bought Bitcoin, and look, they're down now. Oh, look, they're up now. And Germany's, oh, look, the Germans are selling. The German government's selling Bitcoin, which didn't have a huge impact on the price, I don't think, and recovered pretty quickly too. But I never thought we'd be watching different nations' wallets for buying or selling Bitcoin. Pretty interesting there. Inflation is dropping. Unemployment is trickling upward. Yeah, some more macro events and economic stuff going on, especially, it sounds like the U.S., probably U.S. dominated there on that, but I think a lot of the world's probably pretty similar. We seem to be in like better shape in a lot of things. Dollar being the dollar and all that stuff too. AI is a wild card, but its rapid advances ultimately will be positive for crypto growth. Could be some interesting AI stuff come out of that. We have established 2 key purchasing rails with ETFs. This now legitimizes cryptos in the eyes of Wall Street and gives them a way to make money, which means they will be staunch allies politically from now on with crypto. That is definitely something that could give us an edge too. Barring a black swan or massive inflation surprise, I only see good things ahead for crypto broadly. All right, now specific to PulseChain. All right, let me get to comments real quick. I'm going to wrap up after this part, but I think this is interesting, of course. Welcome, Okari, Deer Slayer, or sorry, I can't pronounce your name on that one, but welcome. It's like Bitcoin's become political. I think hopefully in a good way for price go up, and hopefully we can keep decentralization and all the freedoms and stuff that it's been made from, and crypto and DeFi at large intact as much as possible, and hopefully we can get rich in the process. That's getting rich. It's pretty cool too. Or getting richer is pretty cool too. Great tweet from Bucky. It was. I know I retweeted and I liked, and I decided to feature on the show because it was such a interesting, well thought out pieces that I think either people are either missing or don't have top of mind all the time. For boomers and consulting to bring them in and insult them. I don't think you'd be talking to a room full of that generation of people probably saying that. I think is, this is Twitter speak. So I don't know. I don't even pay attention to the words like that anymore. Just everything's, I think, positive, endearing to me. There's certain things that aren't, but in general, I just, there's slang and there's internet talk too. FNS likes the age limit cap to 55 political cost and good mess of society. Peace, everyone. Use limit society creep to help to create better, worse. Yeah, I mean, 55, 60, 70. I mean, whatever. There could be some like literal study to be like, weight it on the risk of all these things. If not, just cognitive tests and stuff too. There's different ways to do it. I mean, some people are perfectly healthy at 70, 80. Some aren't, but interesting that JD Vance is 39 years old. So, Trump's VP. So that is definitely a young start in politics if he happens to, if that ticket ends up being a winning one. So 55 is a little, I don't know, hopefully we'll advance longevity and everyone's health span, mind, body, all that stuff is going to be good to go for way past 100, all that stuff. So kind of like setting things like that is where the government's so slow moving, by design. Yeah, I'm not sure they'll actually set an age limit, but they may set other criteria. Need that boomer money since most millennials are broke. Yep, that's you can go into why the boomers have so much money. You could say real estate prices have been very nice. They were born in a very, very wealth creative period as well. And now, especially going to college, everyone's like millennials, Gen Z, and otherwise are super broke with payments and can't afford a house and all that stuff too. So pros and cons. I mean, boomers didn't have the internet, so there's plenty of opportunities there for knowledge and businesses and otherwise too. So there's different reasons for these things, but real estate is definitely, not being able to afford a house when you're 25 or married or otherwise, and just seeing everyone else's investments appreciate on that side without getting a shot to get into it. It's a little bit different times. But anyways, PulseX will be very surprised if it ever gets back to stagnant. Our ecosystem is dead. That is one perspective. However, actually, Buck has addressed it. So great segue back into this. RH is going to win either directly or by running out the clock. SEC will have to find someone else to kick around besides crypto and the new administration. An unshackled RH can bring back enthusiasm and community with one single live stream. Literally, it makes me think the market is pricing in live stream. Like Richard not streaming, not being around, not being around as in live streaming, as in, traveling, doing interviews and podcasts and all that stuff like he was for a while. I'm not saying like he needs to or he should or anything else. I'm just saying these things, the market could be pricing in, and boy, if it was priced in that he was back after a live stream or otherwise, especially the prices and volume and everything being so low, wow, that leads into number 3. Our valuations are very low given all these factors. We look like we are dead at the moment, but that can change very quickly and easily. If ETH takes off once the outflows dissipate, then PulseChain as a pure play on ETH should too. Make your game plan now. Be ready for good news. I know it seems impossible after what we've experienced, but even dead things resurrect in these kinds of conditions. Think where you want to be in 6 months. I think it's going to be the time when the work you do now will pay off. Well said. Very interesting perspective. A few somewhat predictions and just notable points that, even though things are kind of like, I mentioned treading water. I feel like that's a pretty accurate analogy, at least the way the sentiment feels in the ecosystem. I don't think it's dead. There's plenty of stuff going on as far as projects and there's stuff launched, and there's, of course, like the social media sentiment's been down for a while, but I definitely think that it's been a downtime. It's been a time of, I covered this on a stream a couple weeks ago of just like, hey, it's just the way it is. And retail hasn't came in yet. ETH hasn't hit all-time highs. Richard, if he comes back, market hasn't priced that in. All that stuff too. So, I think this is pretty cool to keep in mind. I think, let's see, 6 months from now, that will be, January, February timeframe. Will we get a very Merry Christmas for crypto? Will the election pump things? Will post-election in the first 100-day promises? What if the new president promises within the first 100 days they're going to have a regulatory framework for stablecoins, or they're going to hold Bitcoin in the balance sheet? I'll save all that stuff if we do that political stream on Friday to talk about some of the things that have been discussed as far as the candidates go. But I'm reading this tweet. There's a couple of pieces that definitely more interesting as far as just what seems unreasonable not to happen. Like, why wouldn't it happen? For example, easing part, they're going to cut rates at some point. Again, bullish, bearish, what time frame? You can talk about that as well. Again, the big money, if we get more regulatory certainty of some sort, could bring serious investors back to serious crypto projects, and we could have a different swing of momentum towards some of the bigger projects, or some of the things that, again, the tech side of it too, which I think PulseChain and a lot of PulseChain projects qualify for. So that'll be interesting. Again, got meme coins, we got tech coins, we got DEXs, we got all this stuff. We got plenty of games to play. Again, the election could be very interesting, especially if the more pro crypto candidate who actually does stuff wins. Who knows which one that'll be? Definitely, again, you can make arguments either way. You can't trust politicians, or don't know what they're going to do, or otherwise. But I don't know. I was thinking about, I'd like to see some data on what promises occurred but did not happen for candidates coming into office, for new presidents and stuff. That'll be interesting to see how much they actually delivered, how often, how long it took. So that'd be cool. Again, we got the ETFs, got nation state stuff. And again, I think we will win either directly or indirectly. DeFi, long live DeFi, long live PulseChain, PulseChain.com. That's all I got for you today. If you enjoyed the throne, just seeing the throne background makes me think about Richard streaming too. It should be cool. Hopefully one day. I do think, again, I'll make a lot of predictions, but I'll be surprised if we did see him out there sometime. Don't know when, but man, that would be one fireworks event for the markets, at least our local markets here on PulseChain, and ripples through the ecosystem of the king is back, baby. The king is back. Should be fun. Anyways, all I got for you today, Scivive and 5555. We are out.